Wow. Look at this. Oh, hey ManCavians, this is Bob from Bob's N-Scale ManCave. I just got my Kato N-Scale FEF-484 Union Pacific number 844. Also got the water tank kit and the 7-car Excursion set. We're going to take a look at that today. Okay, what we have here just in time for Christmas is the Kato N-Scale Union Pacific FEF-3 steam locomotive number 844. I come back from a vacation and there it was waiting for me. And I also have the Excursion set with the 2 tank cars. Now I already pulled them out of the package so I can get a better view of these beautiful cars. And the beauty of the Excursion set is it comes with 2 places to place your water tank cars. All you gotta do is pull out your inserts right there and put in your cars. Saves a little space. Inside the tank car container box you have some instructions on how to insert the light kit into each car, and it'll light up the headlights front and the back of each car. Take the wheel off, take the cover off, and just insert the light, and away it goes. Put a couple clips in there to get some power and you're good to go. And as always, they come with the trip pins for the couplers. And when you get the FEF, it also comes with a spare coupler for the front of the engine, because it comes without one attached. So if you do want to double up your FEFs or put it on something else, you have a spare coupler to replace the one that's up front. Well, as you can tell, I did get this from tophobbytrains.com, and they did install a TCS decoder, and it is TCS decoder, let's see, K6D4, and it's just basically a plug and play into the body of the engine right up in here. You basically take off this cover. There's a screw underneath inside the cab. That comes off and this whole piece comes out, and you can slide in the decoder nice and easy. Kato did a beautiful job in making it a plug and play for a DCC decoder. You can see that you have a Mars light right up front, just like the prototype. The detail on this is exquisite. Kato did a really good job putting the details of this locomotive into this product, and it is very well anticipated locomotive to come out from Kato. Everything looks brand new. I mean, the detail of the paint comes right out at you. The wheels, white walls. I like the white walls. It makes the wheels stand out a whole lot from the rest of that black engine. And if you're counting rivets, I'll go a little slower. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Now I'm going to go a little bit faster because, well, I don't have time to count rivets. But if I did, I think all of them are there. Either way. This is a beautiful model. Now, unfortunately, this rear light is not going to light up when you put it in reverse, because there's no light in it. Now if you decide you want to wire this up with a sound decoder and put an LED in there, you're more than welcome to. I'm not sure I'm going to do it, but I might someday. Depends. But I believe Top Hobby Trains will do it for you, and they will wire it all up with sound and lighting, and even I believe they will put in these lights that go right over the wheels, so you get some side lighting. I saw that in a video. That looked pretty awesome. Let's take a look at the top. It's like you're a bird, and the train is just creeping by as you're standing on top of a telephone pole, getting ready to poop on it or something. So as I look at this and compare it to the real Locomotive, I have a hard time seeing anything that's different. Other than, well, it's not completely prototypical of a locomotive because it's a model, at least on the bottom of the engine, where it has some articulated wheels on the tender. Now Kato did this so that you could run this engine on just about any radius of track that Kato makes. I believe they say 11 inches is as small as it goes, but I think I can go with 9 3/4 pretty easily because of the way the wheels articulate. And as you can see, each one of these wheels, this set turns right there, this set turns right here, and this set is loose too. That enables to do a nice tight corner and radius. I can turn it just like that. That's a very tight radius curve. So this thing will take some pretty tight curves. You run on anything you got. Can't really say that about an Athearn Big Boy or a Challenger that they make. Kato's the only one that can run a steam engine around tight curves. Definitely not prototypical, but if you have a layout that you would like to run some bigger steam locomotive type stuff on, but you don't want to change all your track radiuses, this is the locomotive to use. Now let's take a look at the Excursion set. Now this car here is the Jim Adams water tank car currently, and it's used to supply the FEF on excursions. As you can see, the American flag is a raised flag, just like the prototype, where it's bolted to be offset and placed away from the tank car body. And so they just basically mounted that big flag on the outside. Pretty unique for any railroad out there right now. UPP 809. Jim Adams. Okay. The other tank car is the Joe Jordan. It looks just like it. Actually, it looks just like the Jim Adams. This one's UPP 814. And it looks just like the other one, just without the flag. You can see the detail on the ends there, just like the other one. Here's the bottom of that car. As you can tell, it does say made in Japan on it. And go on to the Excursion cars. This is power car number 207. Originally a baggage dormitory car, this special car was rebuilt as a steam generator dormitory to provide steam and heat to trains in the early diesel era on trains which previously had relied on steam locomotives to provide both. Later in life they were converted again, filled with diesel generators, which is now called a power car, to provide electricity for trains, and are now, in a fitting twist, used on Union Pacific's steam-pulled excursion trains to provide head-end power. And as you can see, it's equally detailed. And as you notice, there's 3 trucks right here, and there's only 2 on this end. You might wonder why did they do that? The generator usually sits right up in front, right up in here. So it required a more beefier suspension to handle the extra weight that was up front. So that's why it has 3 trucks versus 2. It's a special kind of car. You just don't normally see a 3 and a 2 truck car. We have here a crew sleeper, number 202, called the Willie James. It was designed for the traveling crew, maintainers, and all the conductors and everybody else have a place to stay while the train is doing its tours. Everybody's got to sleep sometime, you know. And as always, it's very well detailed. All the ribs on the side. Glass all the way through, so you can see all the way through it. Detail on the bottom. Another well-made car. Here's a standout car in that Excursion set. It's the museum car number 5779, or Promontory. It's a 1962 vintage baggage car. It was rebuilt and refitted into a traveling museum exhibition for use on UP's excursion trains. The outer body adorned with a large US flag graphic that makes it immediately identifiable in an excursion consists, while the inside is filled with a variety of interactive exhibits and memorabilia of Union Pacific's past. Get close up on that flag. It's America. And on the other side you have the same thing. The other side of the car. Another great car. We have the Dome Coach number 7001 called Columbine, and it is your typical dome coach. As you can see, there is a lot of detail in here. You can see the little seats on the inside, all the seats on the inside here are all brown seats. Detail on the bottom. Another nice car. We have here is a coach number 5473, the Portland Rose. Just a coach, standard coach. It goes in between the two dome cars, and you can see inside all the detail, rivets, all the moldings. You got a black border there for the in between each car, keep people from falling out, you know, whatever that thing's called. Actually, you can kind of see right through there. The door is wide open. Not on this side though. Okay, here's the other dome car, the City of Portland. It's also a diner car. So the windows are slightly different than the Columbine dome car, and this is because, well, it's got dining facilities in there, so everything's configured a little bit differently for this car. So they have bigger windows for the booze, so people can see out a little bit better. And you got the doors there, the door there. Looks pretty good. And we have here is the business car number 119, the Kenefic. Named after John Cooper Kenefic, president of the Union Pacific Railroad from 1971 to 1983. The Kenefic is a Pullman-built business car utilized on special excursion trains, and is one of 9 platform observation cars in Union Pacific's heritage fleet, offering luxurious dining space and accommodations for only the most special of events. Private cars such as these are a rare and exciting treat for railroaders to get a glimpse of inside or out. Let's take a look at this. Close-up view. Looks like nice silver painted doors. See the detail. You got some, looks like some sort of antennas on top. And you got another white dome antenna back here. Looks like an antenna anyway. You can see the detail on the inside. A lot of seating area in the back. This is capable of being an end of train car. When this car is on the track and lit up, right back here, these lights light up red. As you can see, that's a pretty good detail right there. I'd love to ride on the back end of this train. Just stand on the back and watch the tracks go away. Beautiful little car. The Kenefic. Now let's put this all on the test track here and see how it all runs. This is at, about maybe 1 speed step, maybe 2, not entirely sure. But I've got it about as slow as I can go using a Digitrax Zephyr DCS 51. So basically it's about halfway between 0 and 1. Let's take a look at the headlight. Now, as you notice, the Mars light is not on, but if you hook up a sound decoder and some extra LEDs to that, I'm sure you probably could figure out how to put in an LED into the Mars light to make that one go off as well. Let's take a look at this thing run some more. Speed it up a little bit. Turn some lights off and see what it looks like. You can see it's nice and bright red. It's a little bit brighter in here and on the video because of the way the light sensor is picking up the light and intensifying it. But it's a nice red in person. Well, now that we've seen this run on the test track, let's put it up on my real railroad in the ManCave. See how fast that sucker goes. One thing that I forgot to mention was on the Excursion set you can put lights in this consist because they're all kind of the same as all the smooth side cars that they make. And if you get the Kato 11-212 you get 6 interior lighting kits, and that will be enough to fit into this consist. You may or may not want to put lights in all of them, but you could. Well, there you have it, guys. That was the review of the Kato N-Scale Union Pacific number 844 FEF-3 steam locomotive, the water tank kit, and the 7-car Excursion set. What I really enjoyed about this was the detail that Kato put into all the pieces in the entire set. The level of detail matching the prototype very close. I'm not a rivet counter, but it was really hard to tell any difference between it and the real one, except for, well, size and the obvious, hey, it's not dirty. But the smooth side cars in the Excursion set, they fit the lighting kit, which all Kato smooth side car sets will use. And I'm going to probably get another set of lights to install on that. I'm also waiting for my light kit for my water tank cars, and I'll put those on as well. What you really should do, if you really want to, is go put sound in this engine. I have heard it is very easy. I saw a demonstration of sound in this very locomotive at Train Fest here in November by ESU. They installed an ESU sound decoder, and it just sounded awesome. Top Hobby Trains, where I got this from, will also install custom lighting and sound decoder into the engine for you, but you're going to pay a pretty penny for it. Now, if you're very good and skilled, you can do it yourself. On that note, it is already sold out. As far as I know, there's no more left, and that's unfortunate, but somebody out there's probably bought a few of them and might be selling them. So if you get a chance to get your hands on one, take it. I really recommend you get it. I enjoy it immensely, and it's going to be running on my layout for quite a while. And I'm going to be coming back soon with some layout video and some updates on my current ManCave expansion into the other rooms in the house. So I plan on getting 3 rooms set up by around New Year's or before New Year's. So that's my plan, but it should be a busy 2 weeks. So you have a good Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hopefully it's a Happy New Year. I know my Christmas is happy. I got an FEF Excursion set.